Hi there, I'm First Warren 5 Meteorologist Warren Sears. It is about 10:45 on your Saturday. It's been a little gloomy, damp start to the day, but we had a little lull from our morning show that ended at 8 to about now, and even saw a few peaks of sun, but clouds are thickening up again as we have our next batch of rain and thunderstorms moving in as we speak to the metro. Now, those of you in Northeast Kansas, Northwest Missouri, you've been locked into rain and storms for a while, but this is the last batch that has to move through, and then we can see a drying trend into the mid to late afternoon. So we'll be locked into some rain and thunderstorms around for the next few hours. So if you have outdoor plans, I said it in the text of this post, but if you have outdoor plans from now through 2 o'clock, I would say expect to have impacts or cancellations or delays to those plans. If you can, if it's just your plans, try to push them back a couple hours if you can, because it'll be drier later on today. All right, let me show you radar here. We have our first warn weather day in place because of impacts to your Saturday. So many events out there this time of the year. So this morning we had mainly just rain, and I think a lot of those events were able to go on just fine because of the lack of lightning. This round specifically does have some lightning, and you can notice that there are a few heavy pockets of rain here. But basically from I-70 north this morning was I-70 south. From I-70 north this time is where that we'll see the better coverage, the more widespread coverage. South of Interstate 70, it looks a lot more spotty. Near Interstate 70, obviously, give or take a bit, you'll be included in this. But just know that we have our next batch coming through. We also have a level 1 out of 5 risk. They added this morning to the east of KC for maybe a stray cell to be on the stronger side, so with some gusty winds, maybe up to 60 miles per hour or quarter-size hail. I don't think that's going to be very common. I think they just put it up there to cover that we might have a few noisy cells in there. So this weekend, rain and storms through the early afternoon on your Saturday. Then we'll be drying out Sunday. You have another chance for a few thunderstorms into the afternoon, and we will time all that out right now. So let's get to today. So this is the latest data that I have coming in. This is what radar could look like in about an hour. So again, there might be a cell or two that is a little noisy or on the stronger side. More rain farther north with this next batch, more steady, heavy rain. Near the metro, we might have a couple of downpours, but I don't expect it to be as prolonged as it is up 35 into northern Missouri. By 3 p.m., most of the cells are into central Missouri at this point, and the whole cluster itself is moving out. So we should see a pretty significant drying trend after 3 o'clock, and then this evening should be mainly dry. And I'm thinking that it'll be a nice rest of your Saturday. Then Sunday, we start with sunshine, dry. Front starts to come in. Could have a couple of cells out ahead of the cold front. This is what the radar could look like Sunday afternoon at 4. And then as the front continues to clear, there will be a few thunderstorms that form on that front. There is a level 2 out of 5 risk on Sunday in the afternoon and evening for some stronger thunderstorms. So please keep that in mind. It looks to be pretty spotty again, pretty scattered stuff, but we could see some thunderstorms on radar Sunday afternoon as well. So today, your next 12 hours, the highest rain confidence is now through about 2 p.m. It'll fall off significantly. Then we'll warm up a few degrees, hoping to see some sun, especially later in the evening, and temperatures will be in the 70s, mid to upper 70s at that. Then by 11 p.m., still hanging out near 70 degrees. So very pleasant for the rest of your day. Again, after we get this batch through, if you want to keep tabs on radar on your phone, once this batch comes in that's spinning overhead, once it comes through, you'll be done with your rain chances for the day. One more look at the system coming in. Again, it does have a decent amount of lightning with it. We're sort of on the tail end here in Kansas City, but I'm seeing a few thunderstorms that I think that are going to swing through. So likely some very heavy rain for us. A little bit more steady, moderate, more to the north. There is lightning in this whole system, but if we take a big picture look here, let's look at the regional satellite and radar. Again, that's sunshine out here to the west. So this is going to cycle through over the next 3 hours, and then we should be winding down later on today. So I just want to give you a heads up that that was coming in basically as we speak to the Kansas City Metro, the West Metro first, and up near the airport. And then it'll swing in from west to east. Those of you in northwest and northern Missouri, you've had quite a bit of rain. Oh, there was a flood advisory that was issued up north for Holt and Nottoway counties until 1:30, and that is just due to minor flooding in low-lying areas, typical spots that flood. So that's the only flood alert out there right now. Aside from that, there will be pockets of heavy rain, and the ground is very saturated, so just be mindful of that this afternoon. That is your late morning update. I worked the morning shift today. Mike Nico is going to be here in the evening, and he will keep you updated if we have any big changes. But the first warned weather day that we have in place right now will likely drop by about 2 o'clock. And then, again, your afternoon and evening look just fine. So enjoy your day, and hopefully this thunderstorm complex doesn't ruin too many plans out there, and I hope you can push them a little bit later. But enjoy your Saturday and your Sunday, and I will see you again tomorrow morning on KCTV5. See you then.